All right, I've been saying it all morning, there's not that much price movement on the markets thus far, but nonetheless, we have our market guest of the moment, David Nicholas, with us now. I read your stuff, David, you know that. You're saying that more stimulus is not the answer. Okay, but you know it's coming. We are going to get a chunk in this $1.9 trillion deal. Then we're going to get an infrastructure deal. They are going to chuck money at this market, chuck it at this economy. What's the problem? Doesn't the market want that?
Well, Stuart, you know, I'm a math guy, and this really isn't about politics. This is about math. So I'll give you some numbers. So CBO projects this year that the deficit will be $2.2 trillion, which you talked about earlier. That's before President Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus proposal. So if my math is right, that's $4 trillion in additional deficit spending this year. I mean, are you kidding me? I am all for helping the 10 million Americans that desperately need help. I'm all for helping the businesses that desperately need a lifeline just to keep their doors open. But 150 million Americans still have their jobs. So let me get this straight. We're going to borrow from China to give $1,400 to Americans that already have their jobs when savings rates are exceptionally high and debt is being paid down at record levels. Stuart, this isn't stimulus, it's stupidity.
I do follow your argument, but I have to say, we are going to get this stimulus. It is going to happen. Now, does that mean that you're setting up a kind of a debt bomb situation? Because we're going to have the deficit, the debt, I should say, the accumulated debt. It is going to be $30 trillion in no time. Do you see a debt bomb coming?
Well, Stuart, let's look at history. So the only other time in history that our debt as a percentage of our GDP was this high was during World War II. And we did spend on infrastructure, but the number of American households that were paying taxes increased sixfold. So if you're an American right now and you don't think your taxes are going up, I'm sorry, you're naive. This money isn't free. So my concern is on the tax side of the equation, because then again, President Biden, they're talking about a infrastructure bill, which could be an additional $1 to $2 trillion this year. We would have to raise taxes 100% this year just to pay for our deficit spending. So, Stuart, I'm sorry. If a politician wants our children to pay for the record levels of debt that we're talking about spending this year, with all due respect, they are cowards, because we shouldn't let our kids and our grandkids bear the cost of this. Again, this is not political. Stuart, this is math, and the math stinks. In my opinion, taxes are going up, and most Americans are going to feel the burden of this now and for generations to come.
All right. You make your case. Made it very well. Thanks so much for joining us. We do appreciate it, sir. And we'll see you again soon.
Thanks.
All right.